Namaste. Today I'm going to talk another episode of fake gurus. The problem is I didn't want to talk about any of the fake gurus. I thought this is not my duty, this is not my responsibility. My responsibility is more towards my prayer and blessing with the attitude of Bodhicitta. But a lady called me up from America and she started telling that what I had told about certain gurus are very true. And she said, I am not asking you to give me anything. I just want to tell you what you're saying is the right thing. So the point is, there is a particular pattern by which these gurus operate. Now that I am going to highlight very, very clearly. So please understand, all these are all fake gurus' pattern of living. When you find it, become aware, you realize that these guys are really fake. Run away from them. Don't believe them. First of all, these people have a tall claim that they are enlightened, that some sadhana they have done and it has become Purnam. No, it is wrong. People who continue to do the sadhana, they will have niyama, nishta, which means they will follow certain patterns. For example, Ramana Maharishi got enlightened, but he continued to wear cowpeen. He was not dressing very flamboyantly, running around in Lexus car. He was not trying to preach to America, all that thing. If you go to the Nerur Brahmendra Samadhi, you will feel a subtle peace which you will feel even in the Ramanasram. The moment you sit there, your heart chakra feels a lot of pleasantness is there. So the first most important thing of the fake guru is they have not done their sadhana, so they will be more interested in lecture, discourse, trying to market something into their other person's life. And their presence does not enhance the silence. That presence does not enhance the peacefulness of the heart chakra. If you have any doubts in whatever I'm telling, I'm not trying to lie to you, I'm not trying to cheat you anything. I don't want you to follow me. I'm very, very clear. Don't follow me. If my words can be of some help to you, I'm really thankful to you. Go and sit down in the samadhi of all these great enlightened people. You will feel a subtle peace coming into your heart chakra. You feel as if your heart chakra and your soul gets connected with that. So the first thing of this fake guru is there is a lot of banter going on in the name of discourse. Real gurus are very silent, very subtle. They hardly speak few words, and that too a very enlightened being hardly communicates anything, because if everything is an illusion, what is there to communicate? Second thing with all these fake gurus, they separate the family. The husband and wife get separated. The children and the man get separated. This is very, very, very common in all these ashrams. They try to break the family. They try to rip the family into two. The real guru will not even say your family is a burden. He says, please do your sadhana, don't worry about it. The point is, these people want volunteers to do their work across. So they try to pull people, intelligent people, they try to pull people from their work. They try to portray as if the corporate world is full of problem. Sitting in the ashram without any responsibility is the peacefulness. I have seen lot of young boys, young girls resigning and joining some of the biggest ashram because these people are unpaid slave. Become very, very clear. If the guy is telling that you come to the ashram, you work here, you will have a beautiful life and living, the outside world is horrible, toxic, it is wrong. People who are very interested in doing the sadhana, they will say, take this sadhana part here and go do it in your house. Go and do the loving kindness into your house. Try to purify your family, your house. Don't condemn them. For example, I met a teacher who told me, Gopal, everywhere there are petty tyrants. There are people who will disturb your peace, your silence, your truth, everything they will disturb you. You have to develop your sadhana, your equilibrium to become successful in dealing with these people. You have to become placid like the water. If you throw stones at a placid water, hardly there is any ripple effect across. So in the same way, use the petty tyrants to grow up. They never told me, please break up your family, please leave your wife, please leave your children, please leave your commitment, don't make money, you come and work with me. I have never seen gurus who are of tremendous caliber ever doing that. So the second formula they do, they break up the family, they rip open the family, all that thing will be there. Third thing, all these people have court cases. They continue to have a lot of court cases. For example, you ask Bhagavan Ramana how many court cases he has had. You please ask how many court cases Chandrasekhara Saraswati has had. How many court cases has the great Vallalar has had. No. They will not have court cases, or in Vallalar case there was a court case which got dissolved, just matter of one hearing across. So the point is, please understand, all of them have a bundle of court cases and they say the world is wrong, they are suing me, they are shouting at me. All these things are there. Become aware. If the police have come, the warrant is issued, if they are arrested, there is some nefarious activity going on. Don't try to blame the police, don't try to blame the government, don't try to blame the political party. If because there is something wrong only, these people are coming inside. Oshorajneesh was raided because there was a lot of nefarious activity which was going on. All his 3 disciples were put behind the bars. He just absolved the responsibility and he walked away having the Alfred plea. So please understand, all these people are very good in blaming others. So if they are having court cases, become aware. They are not the correct guru. A guru will not be interested in court case. He will simply say, okay, you take it. What is there across? All these people are billionaires client. They lick the politician boot because they don't want any problem to come into them. So that is why you see the rich and powerful people who are coming inside there, because there is some kind of a money laundering activity, some kind of a support they want to drum up. That is why these people are kept. A real politician will not visit any of the holy man. Tell me how many people have visited Vallalar? How many politicians have visited Vallalar? How many politicians have visited Patinathar? How many politicians have visited Nehru, Brahmendra, Ramana Bhagavan? No. These people will never go there because they do not have any kind of an ulterior agenda which cannot be. These saints will say, no, I am not interested in all these things. Please take it away and go. That is the problem with all these guys. They are bootleggers and they promote themselves saying, I know Narendra Modi, I know this, I know that. I am not telling Narendra Modi is bad. What I am asking, why do you need badges? Why do you need affirmation from the outside world? If you are so self-contained, why do you need that? And the other important pattern is they are very, very abusive to the very close followers. They are very, very abusive. Outside they are very calm. Inside they are very horrible. They use bad words. They try to make their disciple cringe, and some of them go to the extent of beating other people. I am amazed. In Nityananda's case, he used to thrash people. Why do you need to thrash people? If you are an embodiment of compassion, he had a separate private jail where he used to put people inside. So please understand all these things very clearly. Their life is of 2 different dimensions. Internally they are very different. outside they are different. And many of them have multiple sexual relationship. Some of them are well known pedophiles. They get arrested for all these things. They simply say, I don't have wife, I don't have thing. All the women disciples sooner or later will become the consort of the guru. So please become aware of this particular phenomenon. Or some of them are pedophile, where they will rape very young girls, and some of them are homo-pedophiles. I know a very big Baba who lived in Bangalore and who had something called Whitefield, was suspected of all these things. Why do you need to do this? Because they have gone berserk, and that is why I am warning you. If there is a sexual scandal breaking up, if there is in the ashram, there is a whispers about the sexual scandal, leave. This is not the correct place. Don't get lost. God does not, and they justify it by saying, I am practicing tantra, this and that, and hardly they would have read the scriptures about tantra. They would have simply do not have any upasana. All the time they would be talking about Advaita. Now you can test the Guru's ability about the scripture. Very simple. Ask him to name 20 scriptural books what he has read, and they will not remember. I met a Swamiji who was from Himalayas. I asked him across, can you tell me the 20 books across? He simply told me, he said Ashtavakra Samhita, Guru Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Like that he went on rattling so many names because he has read them. He has given discourse on them. So please become aware, all these people are not knowledgeable. They talk about the Advaita part of the God. They are very good in communication. They are excellent in communication. Even Harvard Business School will have to take a lesson on marketing with them. They are amazingly good salesmen. They are fantastic salesmen. You probably will never even realize that they are out of the world as far as the selling is concerned. I know one salesman who met a guru. He said, hey, that guy is like out of the world. I am nothing in front of his closing. He closed $1 million deal. He made somebody pay them 10 lakhs for the ashram thing across. I know one lady who went across because she didn't have a child. They convinced her to give 1 lakh for Godana because it is written in the Akashic record. Don't believe that. Real gurus are not interested in going on taking a donation for building this temple, that avenue, that thing, this thing. Don't do it. If everybody is giving a donation, become very, very suspicious of it. There are marketing agents who have been made as a disciple who will really market across. They will not be interested in sadhana. They will be very much interested in promoting classes or any kind of activity, and they will make you pay the donation. This is another super duper technique which is used by them. That's why if you attend the class, it may be 5,000, 10,000 rupees, but they can make you give lakhs of donation across as a person. All of them start 4 things. They start a school, they start a college, they start a hospital, they start a Godana, all that thing they start across as a person, because that's a way to collect the money across. I know somebody donated $600 million for the hospital across. He was a very famous guy whom I had predicted that he is going to die. And believe me, it is only for rich people, it is only for their people. No outsiders can go out and take any kind of medical help from them across. So become aware of all these things. They are anti-tradition. They don't believe in ritual. They don't believe in astrology. They don't believe in the precepts. They say we want to modernize the religion. There is nothing to modernize about. You cannot overcome the intelligence of Vyasa. You cannot overcome the intelligence of Parasura. You cannot, if you don't understand certain things, they will say it is all humbug, waste. Why you want to do that across as a person? So please become aware, they are subtly anti-tradition, anti-rishi, anti-ritual. Because if you pray and if you come to the divine light, you will leave them and go. Why do you need? You know, Vallalar, the great Vallalar, built a temple, and the temple was handed over to the trustees. There was no children, there was his brother's children were there. He never handed it over to them as a person. They still come and visit. They are not the holder of that. All these people have children, and it gets passed on to their generation, their people across. So become aware of that, and they will write some really lousy books which can be very, very pedestrian across. For example, I know a person who has written a book on death. I was so amazed, it got published even by Penguin. Now I will share my insights about death and all that thing and how the beings come into it. You will be amazed it has of much quality across. Why Penguin publishes it is because they will have a lot of sales. They have some kind of a very pedestrian normal knowledge which they try to market it like hell. Like hell. For example, Shambhavi Mudra, there are other mudras in yoga. For example, there are something beyond Nirvana Shatakam. They have no only one thing. That's why they tell you in sales, know one thing and go on marketing it. It is called as, what do you call it? Focus. They call it as some kind of a focus, and they are too good at it. Now, for example, Nirvana Shatakam, you believe it, the way they will market, because they know only one thing. They don't know many things, so they try to keep on marketing it. You ask them another 10 kinds of poetry, you ask them about Bhaja Govindam, you ask them about other things, no, they will not be aware of it. And all the time they will be meeting up people. They won't have time to do their personal sadhana. They will be meeting up people, meeting up celebrities, and lot of time they will have a series of women disciples who will be there, and we don't know what happens between them, and it is kind of very, very suspicious across. And all of them claim avatarhood, all of them cover enlightenment, but they will use devatas. Why do you need to use devatas? Nattakallum besumo nadanulirikka sutta setti sattu. That is what Agasthyar says. Agasthyar says, if you claim you are enlightened, why do you need Devata and mantra? It is like a ladle which has never experienced a soup. You are also never experiencing God. That's why you are blabbering. So become aware of all these traits across. And they have a flamboyant lifestyle. They can never practice simplicity. All of them are like Osho imitators. Osho had 300 cars. He was berserk, he was mad. So all these people will try to have latest cars, latest helicopter, latest Ducati bike. For what? For what are you trying to prove? They will tell, no, we are trying to save Hinduism. No, Hinduism need not be saved by all these people across. See, there was a monk who died just like that. He sat down and he died. It had become world famous. It got several times, it had got, what you call it as, people shared it across as a person. So if your sadhana is very good, there is no need to indulge in publicity. Anyway, you will become famous. You go to Vipassana camp, they'll make you sit down for 10 days, no cell phone, no nothing. You just need to sit down and do your practice. If your practice is less than 10% of the time, your marketing 90% of the time, don't believe in that. Don't believe in that. Your practice must be 90% and your interaction must be 10%. All of them have a grand celebration, gala event, because it will attract a lot of people and then they will try to talk about it. So please become aware of all these traits of these people across and don't get lost. It is a tradition which has a knowledge, that tradition which is followed by time immemorial. You cannot invent beyond a Gayatri mantra. You cannot invent fire worship. You cannot invent the Purusha Suktam, all Sri Suktam across. All all these people are too great. They are, I mean, how can you ever even create something that lasts more than 5,000 years across? So all of them will have scandalous, will have court cases, will have publicity problem, will have a lot of nefarious activity with women. So please become aware. Some of them even go to the extent of murder to protect themselves as a person, and many of the time the people leaving the ashram will have bitter stories to tell. Listen to them. They'll tell you a lot of truth about it. Remember, Apa Deepo Bhava. That's what the great Gautam the Buddha says. Have your practice, have your abhyasa and vairagya. Never ever Patanjali says it is the Guru's grace which will lead you to God. No. That is once in a billion lifetime. Somebody will have a guru like that of Krishna, somebody will have a guru like that of the Nehru, Brahmendra, all that things. So don't get lost. Make your practice very clear. Abhyasa, vairagya. That's what that's what Patanjali says. It's the riyas which will lead you to success. It is your practice. It is the match, not the coach, which will lead you to success across. I pray God that may all of you come out of these rogues, the lousy rogue who have made the Indian tradition go into dogs. I am not against genuine gurus, but I am against fake gurus. Please share this video. It's not because I want to become famous. Share with your friends. These are their patterns across. And the last pattern is they have enormous amount of land. They have acres and acres of land. Real rishis. I know one Swamiji who told, I don't want any ashram across. It is a snake who lives in the other hole. Such holy people I have seen. Nowadays it's very rare to find. I pray God that may you be free of all these rogues and may you find the right sadhana, not the right teacher. The right teacher can be there. Your right sadhana will lead you to God. Thank you.